Not bad. The hell kind of noise is this thing making? Can you hear that on the thing? That's wild. Never heard a suppressor make that noise. What on earth? That's interesting. I'm making this video because there's a lot of suppressors out there and mounting systems, and I've been using the AAC suppressor for quite a while now, and the mounting system on it is, well, I'm officially calling it, it's a shit mounting system. The reason being is because I have now finally shot my end cap enough times that I have keyholed it. So what I am going to do is I am going to send both my suppressors out and have the ends cut off and it turned into a KeyMo mounting system. This is supposed to be one of the more superior mounting systems, quick and easy, truly one-handed, and that's just going to be what's going to happen. And I'm going to still go with 3-prong flash hiders, because that is what I like to use the most, even though you know, a muzzle brake is more of a sacrificial barrier for your suppressor, but the I don't shoot suppress all the time, so I will update you on that, but I have picked out a machine shop that is pretty well known for this, and I'm going to go ahead and have both my suppressors done. Even though I haven't had a problem with my larger one yet, I was like, I might as well just go ahead and do this and send them both in and get it done and never worry about it again. You know, the thing that sucks is now I've got to go through and replace every muzzle device on all my rifles. So that's great. That's a lot of money. That's fun. Okay, so I'm going to make a little disclaimer here. I really didn't want to, but I feel like it's going to be necessary to, because I'm going to get a lot of people making comments about what I'm doing to my suppressor and how I'm destroying it. Well, first of all, it's mine, so I'm going to do whatever I want with it anyways. And most of you all don't run your equipment very hard to begin with, so I'm going to be checking for a failure of this suppressor. And by doing that, what I'm doing is because there was a dissimilar metal weld here. This is 625 Inconel and a 17.4 a sleeve welded together. That is a dissimilar metal weld. So you're going to see me shooting this gun, getting it hot. It takes about a full mag to get your suppressor up to about 300 to 400 degrees. I'm going to be shooting about a half of a mag and dunking this suppressor into the water and then going back out and shooting it again. You're going to see it firing all kinds of water out and boiling and all that stuff. And people are going to freak out and tell me that I'm destroying the molecular structure of this suppressor. That's not true. Inconel has to get to an extremely high temperature for quite some time before it even begins to start doing anything. You know, this is not getting cherry red and being dipped into water. What I am doing is because you have two metals that expand at a different rate, I'm trying to verify whether expanding and contracting that metal by quenching it is going to crack this weld, because this is something that was not normally on this suppressor, and at this point it's my only concern. The Inconel is going to hold up like crazy. It's literally some of the best material you can make a suppressor out of, period. The 17.4, however, is not. So, and a lot of people out there that are probably like afraid of doing this kind of stuff, putting their suppressors underwater, is because they have junk suppressors. So, I'm going to be doing that in the video. There's a reason I'm doing it. And if I'm going to recommend that somebody does this repair, how am I going to recommend that if I don't know that this weld holds up? That'd be bullshit. That'd be awful for me to be able to say, oh yeah, go ahead and cut your suppressor that you took a year to get, and I recommend doing this. Well, no. So I'm sacrificing my suppressor by doing this, by dunking it in water and shooting it, to verify that this weld does not crack. And I've already done this, and I've FPI'd this weld at work, and it's good. So now I guess I could take it out and have it X-rayed or mag particle. I don't even know if you can mag particle a small weld like this. But anyways, I've done my due diligence in checking this, and I'm pretty happy with it. Because in most scenarios, you're not going to be just completely submersing your suppressor in some sort of liquid. You're going to be in the rain. You could fall down, drop it into a mud puddle, in the snow. So anyways, I just want to make sure that people are aware why I'm doing what I'm doing before you get in here and start raging about how I've changed the molecular structure of my suppressor, because you're wrong. I just want to give a forewarning on this, even though most people will probably not pay attention and just see me doing what I'm doing, and really I don't care. It doesn't matter. Those of you that know or watch my videos know that I am very abusive on some of my gear, and there's a reason to be, because when it needs to work, it needs to work. So, anyways, just figured I'd give you a little heads up, and keep on watching. All right. See if we can replicate that noise. Then I'll get my mic near it or close to it or something. Running like a champ right now, smoking. Everything's looking pretty good. Don't know if you can see that very well. Trying to smoke that up and get that hot and see what we're doing here. As I've converted my mounting system over to KeyMo, I'm kind of doing some testing on this to make sure that this mounting system is good and square and we're not going to have any problems out of it. So that's why you see me running things the way I am. I'm probably not going to be running them any kind of drills. I'm just more or less testing the suppressor out to make sure that after the repair it's working the way I want it to. So let's keep going. I dipped the suppressor in water. So we're going to see if that affected it at all. Yo, she's dirty as shit whenever you got water in it. We'll give her another dip and then hammer away. Smoking. I'm sure I'm dirty as hell from that. awesome. Let's keep going. So, still really good. Suppressor came off clean. Everything looks good on the inside. A little bit of wet. Mounting system looks really good. Not sure if that was even a good shot of even showing anything. And then here comes the forbidden. Oh, don't do that. We're gonna have to blur it out. Oh!
Banned for life.
Yeah. Okay. Let's run some more. Give her another dip. This mounting system is tight. It don't go nowhere once it's on. Oops, did that on video. Oh, smoking hot.
Oh, idiot.
I should have known better than that. On there tight. Boom, go again. Looks really good. I mean, the barrel's smoking, everything's smoking. So far, that mounting system is pretty damn good. Easy to take off, easy to put back on, locks on real good. I like the repair that was done to the suppressor. That's what I'm looking for, so it's working really well. Of course, I'm going to keep testing more and more and taking things off and putting them back on and all that stuff all the time. Right now, I'm very happy with it. It was probably about... Well, I didn't coat mine. I didn't coat mine because I mainly wanted to be able to check the weld, see what they did, see how the repair looked and all that stuff. There's a few things that I don't like. This is nickel-based material. It's a 625 Inconel, and the attachment item that they welded into is a 17.4. I would have rather that stayed the same material types because you have material property problems there when you go into welding. And granted, that's on an aerospace side of things. That's what generally what I deal with. So I don't know inherently if there's any real problem, but generally you don't mix metals like that when you're welding items. But the weld looks phenomenal. There's nothing really bad about the weld. I'll actually grab the camera and get a good up close of that. The on-off, good. Locks up real tight. Obviously, I have not shot out a hole on the end of my suppressor since they repaired the keyhole that I did to that. So right now, I think the price uncoated was roughly $165, before shipping and all that stuff. Shut up. I don't know that. I don't really care to coat things. A lot of people do, so a lot of people want to coat their items. I'm not one of those people. I'm not too picky about it. I'll probably spray paint it, rattle can the bastard, because it just doesn't matter. It's gonna get worked over anyways. Shut up already. Golly. Bear with me. Alright, so it's too nice of a day out. We're not going to go inside. So, what you can see here is this weld seam is what they've done. So what they did was they cut the old mounting system off right here, and they added this sleeve that they welded in that they then threaded for this KeyMo attachment device. This is all, you can buy this standard, and this is the piece that I said that I'd rather it stayed 16 or 625 Inco like the rest of the suppressor. This is the 17-4 stainless. This weld looks pretty good. I've actually put a camera inside and actually looked at the inside welds as well, and they look pretty good. So the penetration was really well on those. And the attachment of this item is really good. I'm very happy so far. But the quality of the work is what I'm really happy with, because this was my main concern is once you've cut this off of the suppressor, you've got to make sure that everything you do is in center line with the bore, because then you'll just have more baffle strikes if your suppressor is not mounted on there straight, so that the bolt will go out the end. So now it does increase the length of your suppressor by a bit, and the chamber inside here is pretty much larger now, where the air starts to expand at first. I can't tell the difference between sound of this one and before. I may be able to go back through some old footage and see, but there's probably not really much of a sound difference at all. But I'll end up rattle canning this and spraying it on there, but I definitely forewent the coating that they put on, which is probably a pretty good coating, just so I could view this, because I don't want to recommend this to anybody if the repair was not done well. If I did not agree that the repair was done well and this looked really good, I wouldn't recommend this. So tickled to death with it. Very happy to have them back. I think it's I can't remember what the price is, but it's pretty reasonable, especially since the most important thing on this suppressor is the serial number, basically at that point, because that's what you take the longest to wait for, pretty much going through the paperwork of. Other than that, we're going to keep running them. I've done both my suppressors, my 308, and this is my 556 suppressor, so I've done both of them. And we're going to, I've converted all my guns over to the KeyMo flash hider, and we'll keep going. And as of right now, I'm pretty happy with the repair, and hopefully I'll be able to recommend it here soon.